I have finished my skirt.
Ooh.
Meaning I still have to weave in the ends. Y'all know. In my head, it's finished even when the ends aren't woven in.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to have to put an elastic in the waistband. We're going to talk about that.
Oh.
But here is my step hem skirt.
Oh, wow.
Look at that. Ignore the strings. I will deal with those. But let's talk about the skirt for a minute. So remember, I was worried that the skirt would be too small because I said I was very aggressive with the negative ease. I actually used 4 inches of negative ease.
Cool.
And that seemed like a lot because I didn't know how much my fabric would stretch. Turns out it's a very good thing that I was so aggressive with the negative ease because I tapered a little bit from hip to waist, but I didn't use any ease, negative or positive, at the waist. So I made the waist to my exact waist dimension, and it's a little big.
Oh, wow.
It's a little big because I got all the stretch. I think it's really these, the granny square panels. Not only is the Angora lace just, you know, a lightweight fingering weight yarn, and it's
stretched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also got a lot of negative space because of the style of granny square I did. And it stretches just fine. So the waist is a little big, not so big that, you know, putting in an elastic waistband is going to be an issue. That'll, you know, take it right in and the skirt should fit. But it actually fits perfectly at the hips. And then it's just straight going down. I didn't taper it all towards the bottom. So it's actually really comfortable. The fabric, we're going to talk about the ukulele in a minute, but it's really comfortable to wear. And I can walk upstairs. If you know anything about pencil skirts, stairs can be tricky. Mm-hmm. But it's got enough give that I can walk up and down stairs just fine. But for the waist, I wish I had tapered the waist. I wish I'd used negative ease at the waist as well. But for the waist, it fits ideally. Ukulele. I'm gonna tell you, this skirt is so soft. Cause I have to tell you, I have never been a fan of ultra wool. I was not a fan. But apparently, ultra wool plus ukulele equals happy. So the skirt feels like butter. It is a delight to wear. I'll put in a picture because I made what I think is a very cute outfit. And I'm thrilled with it. I personally think it's one of the prettiest things I've ever made. I love how the 2 yarns go together. I love the browns and the off-white, a little bit of green in there.
That tiny hint of purple.
I'm very happy with the extended single crochet stitch that I used. I love that little bit of texture it gives. And seaming it was tedious, but seaming is always tedious. But it wasn't difficult because I use DK yarn and fingering weight yarn, I have more smaller stitches in my fingering weight yarn and then less bigger stitches in the DK weight. And I was worried about, you know, trying to work across those 2 different number of stitches. And all I had to do was occasionally skip some stitches on the fingering weight side. And I didn't have like a formula for that. It's just when I thought it looked like I needed to skip a stitch, I skipped a stitch. And it worked out just fine. I think I've got really nice seams.
Yeah, the seam looks really good.
And
this is not even blocked yet.
And I'm really glad that I switched to doing mattress stitch because I used to always do slip stitch seams, and it adds bulk. The slip stitch seams can be quite noticeable. But for a design like this, I really wanted that smoothness, and it it looks really, it was very tedious. I did not enjoy it.
Believe me, I know she didn't enjoy it.
She was giving me a hard time because I was sitting on the floor doing it, but I was actually perfectly comfortable.
Okay, there's sitting, and then there's what she was doing. She was like hunched over like this.
I wasn't hunched over. I was just sitting. Anyway, there was a method to my madness, all right? But I love it. I love the skirt. I love the yarns that I used. I love how it looks with my cardigan that I paired it with.